The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting its headway on air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, thank you, Sean. Of course, good afternoon. You're listening to Ability Matters on the Illawarra's favourite community radio station, 106.9 VOX FM. And of course, I'm your host, Tony Sconimilio, and with me as per usual is my co-host, Beck. How are you, Beck?
Good. How are you today, Tony?
I'm going pretty great, guns, thank you.
No worries.
And who do we have with us today?
Today we have Jake from Interchange Illawarra in to have a little bit of a catch-up chat with us.
Because he's been on the show before, hasn't he?
He has, and he's done a great job explaining to everyone about the NDIS and how it works. But this time we're going to have a bit of a chat with Jake about what he does at Interchange Illawarra and
Specifically his role.
Yeah, what he does.
Okay, lovely. Well, let's jump straight into it, shall we?
No problems.
Of course, sorry, I just got to say thank you, Tim, for the past 2 hours of your lovely show, Through the Past Darkly. There you go, I remember, Tim. Thank you very much. Go for it, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks for being along with us today, Jake. How are you today?
I'm going very well, and thanks very much for the invite. I'm always happy to come in and talk about matters to do with people with disabilities and services and stuff like that.
That's great.
Count, yeah?
Thank you. So I'll start with my first question, and this is a broader one for you. Tell us about what Interchange Illawarra provides.
Well, Interchange is a non-for-profit organisation, which is fantastic. We're Wollongong born and bred, and we provide supports to people from Helensburgh down to Gerringong. So we're absolutely a part of the Wollongong community. We provide a range of different services that span from respite services, day programs, one-to-one supports in the community, in-home supports, and also support coordination services where we help people navigate the really complicated world of the NDIS.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you reach a lot of people. That's a broad area that you cover there as well. Yeah,
we provide services to about 270 people with disabilities and their families throughout the Illawarra, and we're also a reasonably large size employer too. We employ about 150 local people.
Oh, wow, that's great for the local economy. That's awesome.
Indeed.
My next one is you're the CEO. What does your role involve?
Well,
a lot.
It's I'm a lucky guy. It's a great job. So I've worked at Interchange for just coming on 17 years now, and the last 6.5 of that has been as CEO. I guess the easiest way to describe my job is that my job is to make sure that we produce the quality of services that our participants deserve and expect.
Okay, that sounds good, yeah.
And I guess the way that I do that is by ensuring that we've got the right people and the right culture, because it's all about ethics and values. So, again, we're a non-for-profit organisation, so we're not in this to make anyone rich. We're in this to give people with disabilities the best experience in life that people can possibly have.
Now, I'm just assuming that because you're not-for-profit is the main reason why you use the term ethics. Because I doubt if you were just purely business, I don't think you'd use the term ethics, would you? That'd be all about the dollars, yeah?
Well, look,
but it's not you, so go for it.
Yeah, that's right. There are for-profit organisations out there that really do behave responsibly, and there's probably some that don't as well. But for us, that's the core of our existence, and I think it's a really important distinguishing factor when you start to look at those non-for-profit organisations that are set up for the sole reason of helping people to live a good quality of life.
Well, I must say that's pretty slack on my half. I'm actually putting everyone under the same broad umbrella, but there you go. Thank you for fixing me up there. Good stuff.
Oh no, it's a vibrant marketplace, the NDIS. There's lots of different providers, and we certainly don't pretend to be everything to everybody, and every organisation specialises in different things, and those organisations, there's some organisations out there that do a really wonderful job, and we just happen to be one of those.
Lovely, good stuff.
Awesome.
I'm very glad that you're one of the special few. Thank you. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say special few, but one of the special few I've actually met in person. Good stuff. Thank you.
No problems.
No worries. Would you like to go to some music for us
Rightio then.
now,
I'm going to
Tony?
open up today's show with some Cat Stevens classic, Remember the Days of the Old School Yard from 1977.
Good song.
Here we go. And yes, that was just Mental as Anything. We all guessed that one, didn't we? From Live It Up from 1985. Good 80s synthesized there. Not overly dominant, but yeah, very.
The one before definitely had a bit of a touch of that.
But it was more late 70s, so kind of like the bridge between 70s and 80s, maybe. Yeah.
It's just getting into it. It's just starting.
Good stuff, anyway. Anyway, let's get back to it with Beck and Jake. That's why. Yeah.
No worries. Okay, so this one's to find out a little bit about the man away from work, I suppose we could say. So I'd like to ask you, is there anything that you like to do on weekends?
Oh, well, the main thing that I really enjoy doing on the weekend is spending time with my kids. My kids are both very, very active young people, so they're heavily involved in sports and stuff like that. And when they're not playing their regular program sports and stuff, we like to get out mountain bike riding and bushwalking and swimming and doing all sorts of stuff. I grew up in Wollongong, and it's really nice now to be able to share some of the things that I did as a kid around here with my kids.
Generation gap, yeah. Passing on the passing on the good, better qualities, yes.
The secret locations.
Well, most listeners, I'm assuming, are from Wollongong, so we all know how great it is here and how much there is to do. And
definitely.
Yeah, there's certainly not enough time to sit around and watch TV on the weekends, that's for sure. There's too much good stuff out there to get involved in and have fun with.
For sure.
Of course, weather pending, yes, but...
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, some people actually like to get out in the rain and the wind. They enjoy that.
True. That's very true.
Yeah, so hopefully we can... I'm just thinking of coming to mind, I had an uncle that came from Sydney, and he had never found the lake area down at the Beth Creek, the walking area around Hooker Creek Point.
Hooker Creek Point.
Yeah, you've got that creek in there, and he never even knew that was there. So there's so many wonderful places that are just like that, hidden away, and are great to spend time and catch up with the family and do things.
Well, I have to be the first to shamefully admit that I don't know Sydney that well, so I don't really know where Hooker Creek
No,
Creek
it's in Berkeley.
Oh, well, I'm very ashamed then, because I didn't even know where Hooker Creek was then. But yeah, now, isn't that between here and Dapto?
No? Oh, kind of. Yeah, you've got that little bit where you've got a lake in between where you would go to Kanahooka.
Yeah.
And then you've got Berkeley on this side. So kind of the best way I can describe it is down near the baseball courts. At the back of the baseball court.
Fred Finch?
No, back further.
That's where I played baseball at Fred Finch Park.
Yeah, down, right down. Well? Oh. Yeah, right down the back you've got the creek there.
Is that what the name is?
Yeah, right at the back of where the soccer fields.
I didn't even know it as Fred Finch Park Creek. So,
well, there you go.
Fred Finch Creek. That's it. Yeah, there you go.
See, it's an older person thing, I think.
Oh,
good old Hooker Creek.
Love it. Okay, good stuff. Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
but that's only just one place. I'm sure there are many others, especially. I don't know if you get up at Mount Kembla and things like that. There's heaps of great places where you can go for a mountain bike ride, a bushwalk.
I know it's very cold up there at Mount Kira. Oh, Kembla Kira. I go wherever the archery is, but yeah, go for it.
Plenty of options. It's we live in a lovely place of the world.
Definitely. So I suppose the next one that we'd like to ask you, have you got any upcoming things that you'd like to talk about there, Jake?
Yeah, well, we really work hard, particularly with our social support program, to have new and interesting activities coming up for people all of the time. There's lots of great stuff to do in winter. We will do trips up to Vivid to check out the lights and stuff like that. So lots
of course, that would be a nighttime trip, yeah?
Definitely nighttime trips. We do outdoor cinemas, and we've got all sorts of stuff. And one of the most exciting things that we've got coming up in the next couple of months is we're in the process of building a new centre for people to come and enjoy.
Oh, wow.
So it's on Church Street in Wollongong, and it's purpose-built, so it's completely accessible, and it's going to provide us an opportunity to support more people with disabilities to learn how to cook and do recreational activities and do some really great things in the community. And again, one of the great things about it is that it belongs to the community because we are a non-for-profit organisation. So we're going to create this wonderful centre and this opportunity for people with disabilities to come and use this great venue, and it belongs to the City of Wollongong.
Oh, wow, that is amazing.
Very patriotic, I like it.
So does that mean that you're going to be moving into that Church Street Centre?
Yeah. So we'll have some offices there as well. So it's just in the final stages of construction at the moment. So anyone who's been through the building process will know it takes a lot longer than people think, and it can be a bit frustrating. But there's definitely some progress there, and we'll be in there and ready to go sort of midway through winter.
Oh, how exciting! That sounds amazing. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We might get you to put some more music
Cut
on.
back to a song.
People
Okay,
to listen to now, Tony, if you like.
Speaking of patriotic stuff, Wollongong band and everything like that. Well, this one's not exactly from Wollongong. This is actually, I don't think there's more Australian band than Australian Crawl. Of course, this is Aussie Australian Crawl with James Rain, with the song Errol from 1981 from the album Sirocco. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Scorpions, with Rock You Like a Hurricane from their album Love at First Sting, obviously in 1984. And just so people are listening out there, yes, that is considered old music, older music these days because it's the 80s, and even the 80s was how long ago now? Oh.
Geez, 40 years ago.
There you go. 40 years. I know last time I checked, 40 is a big enough number.
Come on, I'm 40.
There's
43.
I'm sure there are bigger numbers than 40, but it's okay. Go for it. Back over to you.
No worries.
Beck and Jake.
No worries. So I'm going to ask you, is there a popular activity that people like to do more than others?
We've got plenty of activities that are really popular. We run supported cooking classes, and they're really popular. People with disability are very keen to learn those skills of independency, and the opportunity to learn in a group environment or one-to-one how to prepare some basic meals and some really nice stuff as well. They're always popular. We do regular train trips. We do trips to Sydney to see the theatre. They're always popular. Theme parks and attractions and everything else. So we try and provide a bit of a mixture between those things that are more recreational and some of those activities that are more skills-based. I guess the idea behind that is that people without disabilities enjoy activities that are work-related and skills-related as well as recreation. So we try and give people with disabilities the opportunities to mix those two things as well.
Excellent.
Integrate, yes?
Yeah. And one of the other activities that's really popular is actually for the carers, not the people with disabilities for themselves. So we're the only organisation that provides the carers of people with disabilities with opportunities to engage in wellness and recreational activities as well.
Cool.
So we know that carers can quite often be quite isolated. It's a stressful job caring full-time for a person with disability.
Yeah.
And we've found over time that quite often we come across people that are really in a situation of socioeconomic disadvantage. So we provide activities where carers can get together free of charge and do really nice things and connect with other carers who are living a similar life and form some relationships and a community. And those things are always really well received. So we do fancy stuff like high teas and nice lunches and winery tours and
sounds good
and stuff like that. And we do activities to try and get the dads involved as well. So that's a nice thing that we do for people, and it's something that our families tell us that they really, really appreciate, that we understand how important their well-being is in the context of the well-being of the person that they care for.
Oh, that sounds really great. I wish I was a carer now.
It's powerful, yes.
Come along and have some high tea or something. That sounds exciting. I suppose the next one I've got for you is, do you have an eligibility criteria?
Well, it's I guess the introduction of the NDIS has changed that a little bit. Prior to NDIS, organisations had funding packages that had quite specific eligibility criteria around them. Essentially now, so long as you have an NDIS package and you've got the funding in the right section of your plan, then technically speaking you can access those services. And that's one of the wonderful things about the NDIS is that people can shop around, and it's given organisations like us an opportunity to really offer some very customised and individualised service. So, I mentioned before that there's plenty of great organisations doing different things, and that we don't necessarily think that we are going to be everything to every person, but certainly some of that really customised and individualised service, like matching specific workers to people who have got similar attributes and stuff like that. We think that the people that use our service really value that stuff, and that's probably something that we do that others don't. So in terms of eligibility criteria, you just really need an NDIS plan and make an inquiry.
Sounds great. So would you like to say what your contact number is there, Jake, or your website?
Yeah, sure. So our website is www.interchange.illawarra.org. And so on the website there's a button that you can press to make an inquiry, and then one of our wonderful customer service people will ring back and grab some details and talk through the process and what we offer and stuff like that. You can also pick up the phone and ring directly, and the contact number is 4227 1079. And the third option, of course, is that people can come on into our office in Kenny Street, so 81 Kenny Street. People can just come on in and have a chat to one of our staff.
Sounds great.
Now, did you just want to repeat those interchangeillawarra.org?
Yep.
42271079.
That's it.
And for 81 Kenny Street,
Wollongong. Yep, that's it.
Now, I just had to race for a pen myself to get it all down, so there you go.
You did very well.
Nice and quick.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're just going to move on to no more questions. I'm just going
we're gonna come back after some music.
Just saving some. Beautiful. Good stuff. Stuff's not written here. Lovely. Okay, so now I'm just going to get back to some more Australian stuff now. Aussie double again. We've got Ian Moss from Cold Chisel with Tucker's Daughter from 1989, so almost 90s, but not quite. Then after that, we've got some Australian guitar stuff.
9 VOX FM.
Yes, and of course that last song we just heard was Michael Dolce, Australian guitarist, of course. If It Wasn't For You. He did this one actually pretty recently compared to other songs. He actually recorded it in 2010. And so I've actually played a fair few Aussie doubles here, well, Australian music. Had Mentals Anything, Australian Call, Ian Moss and Michael Dolce. That's not an Aussie double there, but I don't know if Ian Moss is actually from Australia. Maybe he's from New Zealand, but we'll claim as our own anyway.
Yeah, so. I think he's, it doubles up because it was in Cold Chisel as well.
Yes. Any more questions with Jake?
Yeah, we're going to ask him a quick one. Well, not a quick one, but, it's probably going to be a bit involved.
Unscripted, here we go.
What does a support worker do? Because we hear a lot about support workers, but maybe people don't know what it is.
I think it's a really good question.
What does it involve on the way?
Yeah, most people don't really understand what a support worker does. If people think about a teacher or a nurse or someone like that, then people have got a fairly good idea around what people would likely do with their work. But the reason why I think that people don't know a lot about what support workers do is because there's so much variety, and that's what makes this a really great job and a really good career opportunity. Our support workers do the usual personal care, so assisting with toileting and showering and transfers and stuff like that. They support people to go out into the community and have a great time. They support people to learn new skills, both in the community and also at home. They support people to go on short holidays and do fun stuff.
Oh, cool.
They support people to attend therapy sessions and stuff like that. So the average day of a support worker would be really, really varied. So people get to do lots of different things. So no one day is ever going to look like the previous days. And quite often, our workers tell us that they absolutely love the job, and they love the fact that it's interesting and there's lots of variation. And they also talk about the fact that they get to go and do really fun stuff and get paid for it. So, things like going bowling and going to the movies and doing all the rest of it. So there's opportunities to get that variety and really get that satisfaction. And I think probably above all, one of the things that our workers report that they get the most satisfaction from is when they've been a part of somebody's learning journey and somebody's learnt to be able to do something on their own for the very first time, and the worker knows that they've been a little part of that and helped and encouraged that person to learn those skills of independency, and to see the pride and satisfaction that people have when they learn to do something for the very first time is highly satisfying. It's a really great opportunity to get out there. There's plenty of employment opportunities for workers, and it's a very flexible type of work as well. So, I think it's a bit of an unknown treasure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It sounds like
a secret treasure.
A great thing to get into for sure. Would be a lot
very satisfying by the sounds of it. Yes.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a very satisfying
lot of different
work.
Things that could happen during the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
Beautiful.
And my next question for you,
not unscheduled, go for it.
Is you mentioned in the music break, you've got a program called the MyTime program. Did you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, this is a fabulous little program that I just thought might be worth mentioning. It's a program where Interchange has teamed up with Big Fat Smile, who are a non-for-profit childcare provider, and TAFE Illawarra to provide a facilitated playgroup for littlies with disability.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So the idea behind the project and the program, and this has been running for some 20 years, is that when kids are diagnosed with disability, quite often parents don't know where to go. They don't know what they need to do.
What steps to take, yes.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So there's an opportunity for the kids to have a playgroup scenario, so a play setting where TAFE provides childcare students and Big Fat Smile provide a care facilitator, so a play facilitator, so one of their qualified childcare workers.
To overlook the whole situation.
Yeah, to overlook and work with the kids and work with the students. And then Interchange provides a parent facilitator who has the opportunity to sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk through parents around what's available and how to get access to different services and stuff like that. So the parents can sit down and relax knowing that their kids are being really well looked after, and they can sit and watch them play and interact with other kids.
Wow.
And then the parents are getting that opportunity to learn some of that information and connect with other carers. And I think it's a really great program, and it's a really good example of three very different organisations working together and everybody getting benefit out of it.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like it's really good for those students to get some first-hand knowledge on the job training, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, most students who come through childcare probably wouldn't ordinarily get any experience or exposure to working with kids with special needs. So what this means is that when these people get a job and go out there and work in childcare centres, and a child comes along that does have special needs, it means that they've got those skills to be able to adequately support that child, and I think that's really important.
Definitely, and also for the parents as well, it's great to know that they can reach out and get some information about different things available to them out there.
Yeah, it's a complicated system like it is with most things in human services, and to have someone that can help guide them through that process is really valuable.
No, definitely. It sounds like a very worthwhile program that you've got running there. And it's great to see.
Yeah, yep. So if people are interested in the MyTime program, they can contact Interchange, and we'll take those details and put people in touch with the program.
Definitely sounds
And those contact details once more are Interchange, phone number 42271079. That's 42271079. Also, the internet URL is www.interchangeillawarra, all one word, .org at the end of it. And of course, the address you want to be the first-hand contact is 81 Kennedy Street, Wollongong.
Excellent.
I love the OK symbol with your hand as confirmation. Beautiful work. Thank you, Jake. Jake. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I suppose Jake and I will probably say good afternoon to all of our listeners. Thank you so much for coming on to the program and speaking with us today, Jake. I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, thanks very much. It's always great to come along.
Thank you, and we'll probably get you on again and have a bit of a catch-up chat then as well. So.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Later, she means it, yes.
Later on in the year.
Of course, yes. Thank you very much, Jake. It's been a pleasure having you on here with all the valuable information. And, had me stuttering for a few times, but that's okay because I'm trying to catch all the words, so good stuff.
Great.
Good stuff.
No worries. Thank you very much to everyone for listening to our program today. Have a great afternoon.